You had to go steal a white person's slot to go be taken somewhat
Come
seriously.
on.
Play cut 50.
Like, seriously, are you serious right now? You had to go and take a white person's slot? Like, what are we even doing here? What's up, y'all, and welcome back to Django Uncensored. Today we'll be talking about this whole Charlie Kirk situation and this video that the Cartier family has created. Yeah, I'll be reacting to it and providing y'all with my opinion, and I'll be adding in my own little tidbits to it also. But yeah, let's get into it, and I hope y'all enjoy it.
What I do know for sure is that, Charlie was someone who once said, guns save lives. After a school shooting. Charlie was someone who was willing to debate and downplay the death of George Floyd in the hands of Minneapolis police.
I think he called him a scumbag.
Right, have no regard, downplay slavery and what Black people have gone through in this country by saying Juneteenth should never exist. And I think, there are a lot of people who are out there talking about him just wanting to have a civil debate.
Complete rewriting of history.
Yeah, there is nothing more effed up, than to completely pretend that, his words and actions have not been recorded. and
Exactly. There is a whole campaign going on out there right now attempting to kind of rewrite the history of Charlie Kirk and his online history and what he said and what he built his entire career on. He built his entire career on saying things about Black people and everybody that's not white. He built his career on a certain type of dialogue that kind of played or flirted with the white replacement theory. You get what I'm saying? So let's be honest when we talk about Charlie Kirk and some of his statements out there, okay?
And in existence for the last decade or so. And
she said there's nothing more effed up than that.
And I want to kind of put a disclaimer out there, okay? What happened to Charlie Kirk was one of the most tragic things that I ever seen online. And for that to happen, not only in front of all his fans, but in front of his family, kids, all of that, that was a horrible and tragic thing, and it shouldn't happen to anybody in this country. It should not in America, where we're supposedly one of the most civilized countries on this planet. And if you're on the left and are for any type of gun control, you can't look at this incident and say you're happy or jump for joy about it. Like, that's not something that you should do. It's hypocritical because it's gun violence, which is something that you should be against regardless of who's on the other side of the bullet.
So him dying isn't more effed up than what you just said?
It's interesting because they are two of the things that Charlie Kirk would speak out against the most: Muslim immigrants. And he would say that they're a threat to our nation, and of course they'd be happy he's dead because these two people don't have any American values. You got a British Pakistani Muslim and a Somali pirate Muslim. I mean, they're not American. They don't represent America. And
It shows their action.
But why would you assume that? Like the Indian dude that was like with Trump, his parents are immigrants. You can't say, oh, this isn't American values because you're a certain race. This is the same type of dialogue that we're talking about with Charlie Kirk, is that this type of stuff that you can automatically assume things about a certain person just because of their skin color is insane, coming from three Black men right here.
I'm not surprised that they have disrespectful comments because they don't represent what it means to be from America.
Please deport that.
Deport both of them.
Deport her.
Deport both of them, honestly. They're both trash, and they both add no value to America and what America stands to be and what America is as a nation. I think they're everything that's wrong with the nation, if you want my honest opinion.
Mehdi Hasan is essentially the Charlie Kirk of the left. For you to make a video about Charlie Kirk and say that he should be able to do what he's doing in this country and not Mehdi Hasan is like top tier level hypocrisy. Like, I don't understand how these guys are getting away with this crap. Like, this is America. Like, the freedom of speech applies to everybody. I understand that you have an argument that Charlie Kirk shouldn't suffer any type of political violence because of this, because of his speech. And I would very much rather Charlie Kirk get decimated via debate than what happened to him. I would very much rather that happen. I would very much rather him go through a gauntlet of real debaters and that end his career than what happened to him. Like, what happened to him was horrible.
I'm glad that clip came out because it gives you a perfect example of what everybody's been saying on Twitter, guys. I never thought that this would, like, it would come to this right here. Like, I never thought that people would celebrate a death, but it's happening.
They are celebrating the death for sure. Like, they won't let the man rest for not a day.
I truly just cannot believe this. And I'm like, just like they did Trump, I'm like, please, can I find a clip where he said, where I thought that he said.
And don't let these guys like be sly with you. When he's talking about the people that's celebrating Charlie Kirk's passing, it's like 10 follower accounts on X. You get what I'm saying? It's not like actual politicians that are celebrating the death of Charlie Kirk. It's nobody with power in this country that's celebrating the death of Charlie Kirk. It's actual like low tier people in this country that happen to be on the left and that make stupid comments online. That's it. It happens all the time. Like, there were stupid comments made about the assault that was made on Nancy Pelosi's husband. It was stupid comments. It was political violence in that sense, but there were actual Republican politicians joking about that stuff.
It's something racist, and I cannot find it, guys. I can't. I looked everywhere. I've been searching Charlie racist, and I just haven't heard him say anything racist at all.
Because we know that he was not racist. We talked to the man. The man has, I really sat down with the man myself.
So, like, I mean, we're going to go through some of the tweets, but I'm going to just run this video right here because, you know, this was a very viral one. This is what black people hated the most. This clip right here, when he said black people were better in the 1900s, basically, and the DEI, he said, oh, if we get on a plane, that's what they hate. When he said, oh, we get on a plane with a black pilot, we don't know if the pilot's qualified or not. That's what they hate. Charlie.
But he also said he would have never questioned that before DEI. Therefore, not blaming the race of the person.
That's what I'm saying. Affirmative action is a part of DEI. So any of that, he would have always questioned the black pilot on the freaking airplane, bro.
Policy of DEI.
Oh, well, people with brains understand that.
Yeah.
Oh, but after this,
let me see this clip though.
Man, my extreme level has went on another level, guys.
When do these guys think DEI started? Like, DEI is like a set. It's not like, do they think this just started like under Obama or something? Like, these guys don't know what the hell they're talking about.
I was extreme.
This is showing me like we really need, like, what we do is important. Like, we are in the game for real. Like, we need to do what we do. It needs to be said.
I don't think you niggas got a
Yes, I believe people on both sides need to be speaking up right now. I think now more than ever, there needs to be a movement of open debate in this country. There needs to be a movement of open discussion politically. Political ideas need to be tested openly online. Nobody needs to be running from any type of debate online, in person, or anything like that. That's what I honestly believe. Because then we can see what ideas work best, what ideas are actually thought through, what ideas are actually shallow, and what ideas actually make it through the gauntlet of being tested. You get what I'm saying? So yeah, that's what people should debate more and fight less. That's all I'm saying.
Show me, like, we really need, like, what we do is important. Like, we are in the game for real. Like, we need to do what we do. It needs to be said.
I don't think you niggas got a peanut of a brain.
This shows they were actually better in the 1940s. It was bad, it was evil, but what happened? Something changed. They committed less crimes.
It was evil, so he is condemning it.
They committed less crimes.
Maybe they were afraid. I mean, 4,000 black men, women, and children were killed in violent lynch mobs.
If that's your explanation, but I guess
racial terror permeated American culture for hundreds of years.
Black America is worse than it has been
that
in the last
affected
80 years.
the generational psyche of an entire group of people?
Well, I'm sure it did. I'm not discounting that. I'm just this shows.
By what parameter is Black America worse than it's ever been in the past 80 years? The Black woman is the most educated demographic in America. Whether you believe it or not, the black dollar has grown to its most powerful level than it's ever been in our history in this country today. What is this guy talking about? Like, is he trying to say that we were better off in the 1940s? Like, really? Like, because we committed less crime in the 1940s? I'm sorry, but is our worth in this country based on how much crime we commit?
It's counting it.
That's the same thing that Byron Donald said, and they crucified him for saying that as well. No one is saying that slavery was good and that all these civil rights and all that stuff was good. All he is saying is, statistically speaking, there were more black fathers in homes. They're raising their kids more. Black people.
But why is that? Do you understand why we had more black fathers in the 1940s and less now? It's finally getting back to a point where we have more black fathers in the home now. It's getting better. But back then and now, there was a whole drug epidemic, war on drugs, like the forced incarceration, all that. Like you can't like say that things were just better and ignore what happened in between. You get what I'm saying? Like that's like a real dumb way of looking at things.
People were committing less crimes during this time.
The family unit was stronger.
The family unit was stronger. That's what he's saying, that it's not a race problem, it's a culture problem. Something changed. The culture changed, and black people started acting different, committing crimes, and the thug like culture is what demised black people the most.
Is that not a fact?
Not the slave.
Who introduced drugs to our community? How did we end up getting guns all the way from Russia and Colombia? Black folks wasn't taking trips to Russia. These guys have no understanding of history and is out here feeding this mess to over 1 million people on a regular basis.
Slavery, because after slavery, even a black man, Byron Donald said it, you can look up the stats right now, black people were doing better statistically speaking. These are facts and these are stats.
Under what statistic? All you're telling me is that black people committed less crime and the family was more uniform back then. There was more people together in a family back then. That's the same thing for white people. Like, but they're not going to say, oh, it was better in the 1940s than it was for the 90s for them. Like, what are we talking about here?
Maybe it's rude to say that, I guess. Maybe y'all are offended by that.
I don't think that's rude.
It's just, it's what it is. It's numbers.
I mean,
Google it.
but truly the argument was he was asking what happened between now and then.
Yes.
Because then things were better. The family unit was stronger. The crime rate was down. The employment rate was higher. The take-home pay rate was higher. Like, the improvement pace of black people.
No, it wasn't. The take-home pay rate was not higher. You're just flat out lying. We have looked over the statistics, like really, like black income has grown since the 1940s. Where are you getting these numbers from? Like, y'all are flat out lying to your followers. Like, that's insane.
Was much higher then than it is now. So I believe he's asking what happened. And she's talking about, well, lynch mobs and the entire psyche. Okay, cool. And that's valid. That's a valid thing.
That's a valid point.
What else happened? Because I don't know. These people like her are all performative. Like, she's all performance.
Oh, I mean, I remember when that clip came out, everybody said, "Oh, she just ate Charlie Kirk up." I'm like, okay, man, if y'all say so. At the end of the day, just because it's a debate doesn't mean that you guys should be okay with him dying.
Celebrate death.
Like, and it's not even just regular death, assassination. He got shot in the neck, and his family's able to go back and watch that video.
They were there in person.
Yeah, they were there. So it's just like, man,
you can't say you're a good person if you celebrate death.
People are mad because they don't like his opinion. I think the thing that people like Charlie Kirk is because he was unapologetic about his opinion and he stood firm in his opinion. And
nobody is mad because he shared his opinion. Nobody is mad about that. People are getting angry because y'all are out here saying that this guy was a good person, saying some of the things that he said. People are getting angry because y'all are out here saying that kids should aspire to be like this man. This is why people are like, what are y'all talking about?
Dude, I agree with everything he said? No, but I'm a man. I'm not going to agree with everything anybody say. I don't even agree with everything they say. And we do this every single day. So it's like, I don't know. Like, I met the man, he showed me respect. That's enough for me. You know, he can think what he think. I can think what I think. But as long as we in the same place and we have mutual respect for one another, you know,
I'm gonna be real. I haven't heard him say anything that I disagree with yet.
But that's a lot of that. You're giving that man a lot, and I feel like you wouldn't if Obama walked in the same room, you wouldn't say the same thing about Obama. Like, he showed you respect, and it was an exchange of respect, and that's all it is. You feel me? I might not have the same ideas. No, you would call him everything but a child of God. Come on now.
It's about 98%. I agree with it.
I have not seen the clip.
Some people say it's some things that y'all agree with Charlie say, not just us. They like on the internet. They were like, somebody said on Twitter, they were like, oh, so it's some people out here that agree with one thing Charlie said. I'm like, I agree with everything.
I need to see the clip of where I don't, I need to see the clip.
And I need to see a racist clip.
I think he was pretty well spoken.
This is what they don't like.
Joy Reid and Michelle Obama and Sheila Jackson Lee and Ketanji Brown Jackson were affirmative action picks, we would have been called the racist. But now they're coming out and they're saying it for us. They're coming out and they're saying, I'm only here because of affirmative action. Yeah, we know. You do not have the brain processing power to otherwise be taken really seriously.
I agree.
You had to go steal a white person's slot to go be taken somewhat seriously. Play cut 50.
Like, seriously, are you serious right now? You had to go and take a white person's slot? Like, what are we even doing here? Like, seriously, like it's not just one instance. It's the body of work that he's at, all that together and come up with an opinion on whether or not this man is spouting racist stuff. I'm not saying he's racist. I'm saying what he put out there is racist. You get what I'm saying? I never met the man, so I can't say whether or not he was actually racist, but the stuff that he actually put out there on the internet, what he put out there to other people, is racist. There's no other way around it.
52.
That was the crazy part right there. I see why they would take issue with that.
I rise today as a clear recipient of affirmative action, particularly in higher education. I may have been admitted on affirmative action, both in terms of being a woman and a woman of color. But I can declare that I did not graduate on affirmative action. This is my personal story.
She said it.
I hear because of action affirmative. She can't even say that. We know. It's very obvious to us that you were not smart enough to be able to get in on your own. I couldn't make it on my own, so I needed to take opportunities from someone more deserving. This is how arrogant Joy Reid and Ketanji Brown Jackson and Michelle Obama and Sheila Jackson Lee are. They're so narcissistic, they think this is persuasive. They think we're like, oh,
just because Michelle Obama is...
That's why we need affirmative action.
Just because Michelle Obama graduated from an Ivy League school, they feel like that she had to be non-deserving of it. Why? Because she's on the opposite political spectrum of you. I don't think there's anybody out there saying that Michelle Obama is not intelligent, outside of people like this guy. But
because you have impressed us with your brilliance, of course. Oh no, imagine the world without Joy Reid.
And who do you think is more intelligent? Michelle Obama or Ivanka Trump? Think about that.
Imagine the world without Sheila Jackson Lee or Michelle Obama or Ketanji Brown Jackson. They think this is persuasive. They think as they kind of now reveal that I'm only here because of anti-white, anti-Asian forced discrimination policy that turned me into a bitter, resentful activist that hates white people, honestly, through...
Basically, they're saying they benefited from affirmative action, and they're trying to use that as a persuasive argument. Affirmative action lowers the qualifications on entry standards for people based on race and sex. So what he's saying is, you guys are saying...
But who's the number one benefactor of affirmative action? I'm going to help you out. It's not black people. They completely skip over that point. And it kills me when anybody talks about affirmative action, they always go straight to the black people, completely skip over white women and Asians, completely skip over that fact. Like,
you're benefiting from them lowering standards of people smarter than you and meeting a quota of people who hit a lowered standard based on race to get in. And you guys are using that as some sort of good thing. And Ketanji Brown Jackson notoriously votes pretty bad in the Supreme Court. I know a lot of people take issue with it. I remember one time she voted on something and said she didn't want to read it. She said it was too much fluff and boring. That's literally your job.
Do we want to talk about what some of these conservative justices are doing? Taking bribes? Like, come on now. Let's be real. Like, we go ahead.
Joy Reid is literally insufferable. One of the biggest race baiters on TV. They fired her because she's so awful. She's literally ridiculous.
And he spoke on those people named directly. That tweet said that he said black women. He did not say black women. He said those names specifically.
Yeah, and then those
There's a
specifically
difference. He
are
didn't say
black women.
Candace Owens. Why didn't say Candace Owens? That's a black woman. Why?
No, they just all happen to be black for some odd reason. Because he was talking about affirmative action, and when you're trying to race bait your own follower base and get them enraged about some of the racial things in our country that, you know, they may feel like is unfair. You talk about black people. It's easier to throw black people on the bus than it is to throw a white woman or an Asian under the bus, because the playbook is already out there. It's been out there for generations. So that's what Charlie Kirk has been doing as far as some of his dialogue when it comes to racial issues. Now, religion, Christianity, all that stuff, he can be a Christian, but mixing these two together is like mixing oil and water. They don't mix. Like, you can't come in with a racial type of dialogue that Charlie Kirk has, and on the other hand say that you're a devout Christian, one of the best Christians on the planet. You get what I'm saying?
It impresses me.
Okay. So he wasn't saying it's not about the race. It's about the content of your character and the things that you are saying.
He also said you guys are using this affirmative action and like saying you benefited from it and trying to be persuasive, like, oh, I benefited from it. And he's saying, that's going to wow us. Like, people are happy with your performance when all these people he's named have notoriously been criticized for their performance. Joy Reid, terrible performer. Michelle Obama, changed school lunches. A lot of things they don't like about Michelle. A lot of things they don't like about...
Come on now. She made school lunches healthier. If RFK went and did that same exact thing, y'all would be cheering it on. Let's be real. Like, she changed school lunches to the point where you could actually see the calories that are going into these kids' bodies and read that off of a flyer if a parent wanted to. And also, she put the calorie things pretty much everywhere, because if you're old enough to remember, you didn't really see the calories on some of the fast food items when you ordered fast food, or even some of the menu items. You didn't see calories. But that changed under the Obama administration, and that's something Michelle Obama pushed. You get what I'm saying?
About Ketanji Brown. And I know Sheila Jackson Lee, man. I remember one time she showed up to something, had the wrong... I mean, she showed up for her own press conference, put the wrong dates, was cursing out her workers and whatnot. So, I mean, all these people have been criticized for their performance, yet they're advocating for something that discriminates. And it's like, obviously, I can see where his criticism was coming from if I just look at that from a logical perspective.
They can't look at that from a logical perspective.
No, you're looking at it from a biased perspective. Let's be real now. Logically, you have to be neutral, but you're looking at it from a biased perspective, so ain't nothing logic about your thoughts, my guy.
It's emotion.
And that's why...
They're just emotion, because he came at 4 black ladies.
Yeah, I just can't deal with y'all.
But not because of the skin, not because of their skin color, because of the things they say and the dangerous.
No, y'all completely skipped over the fact when he said that they were undeserving and they had to use affirmative action to take a deserving white man's slot. That's literally what he just said, and y'all had nothing to say for that. Don't try and rewrite that whole occurrence. Did y'all just see what I just saw? Like, they just literally are trying to rewrite what we just saw happen. This is what I'm talking about. Like, that's crazy.
The dangerous things that they push. Why doesn't he say these things about Candace Owens?
That's the thing.
Why doesn't he say these things about?
Candace says things that he agrees with. He has no reason to criticize Candace Owens. But I bet you, nope, you know what? Nope.
Wesley Hunt, people who are actually pushing narratives that will benefit black people.
Charleston White got shot. Will people be praising it? Some will.
Yeah,
some will.
Of course they
but
would.
as many
of course
a lot of people would.
It's the freaking internet. You can't expect the whole internet to act how you want them to act. Like, y'all do online content. Y'all know darn well that on the internet there's going to be some unhinged folks saying unhinged things on profiles with one picture. Do you get what I'm saying? So let's be real here. There's going to be some unhinged things said online every time. Every time there's a death, every time there's something tragic happens, there's going to be crazy things said on both sides.
Many as black people that are praising this.
No, not as many. Not as many.
I don't think it'll be the same.
Not as many.
And Charleston
goes harder.
10 times harder.
A million times
harder. So because
harder.
he's a white man, now he's racist and all these different things.
Yeah.
People believe these things, guys.
That's real.
People believe
that's
it.
That's a good point.
I believe it.
If Charleston...
Nobody entertains Charleston's white bull crap. You get what I'm saying? Like, no, like, nobody entertains that stuff now. I don't know how he made it on to Tougaloo and who gave him an opportunity to even try that bullshit, but he shouldn't be anywhere near a HBCU. He shouldn't be getting any type of notoriety in the black community. He's a comedian. Treat him like one. You get what I'm saying?
Died. They like, some people would be happy, but
It wouldn't be like this.
It wouldn't be like this at all. It wouldn't. And that's a good point. And he says way crazier things. Honestly, when this happened to Charlie yesterday, I got very concerned because we've said crazier things.
I know.
We've said way crazier things.
You know what they call us, coon. We get a coon, he get a racist, and it's like, are y'all gonna be happy that if one of us gets shot, y'all gonna be happy?
No, somebody replied to our tweet, y'all be.
It's not it's gonna be people out there celebrating. I'm pretty sure if I get shot, it's gonna be people out there celebrating. It's the internet. It happens. Like, that's just how the internet works, period. Now, me personally, I think that stuff is tragic. Like, I believe there should be a certain amount of gun control in this country where crazy people shouldn't get their hands on guns. Now, I do believe in the Second Amendment. It's there for a reason, but we need some more gun control in this country. We do.
Be careful. They might be after you. Some black guy in Houston said, hopefully.
You see? Hey.
What's wrong with you,
But
dude?
look, guys, we're going to get into what all the stuff that black people are saying on the internet. It's just insane.
So the racist conservative Charlie Kirk was shot today while speaking at a college in Utah. Charlie Kirk is a racist. He's a far-right conservative MAGA racist who always talk bad about black people. One of the main talking points that he liked to use was that black people commit the most crimes, although we are 13 or 16% of the population.
See, they're not bright, bro. They're not bright.
She don't even know what percent of the population.
They're not bright.
But the stats, that's a stat. Why are you mad at a stat?
It's not really a stat. It's a misinterpretation of a stat. It's an FBI statistic, and it's actually arrests. It's not committing crime. It's black people are arrested more under that statistic. You get what I'm saying? So, and black people are also released more and not convicted. So let's make that clear also. There are certain studies out there that say certain things like black and white people use drugs at the same rate, but black people get arrested 3 times as much, twice as much. That's an insane statistic. So if we bring that into the conversation, we kind of see why the arrests of black people may be a little bit more higher, because our black communities are being policed at a higher rate. And that's not something to shake a stick at, because who introduced these drugs to our community and then turned around and policed that said community more? And that statistic will always be higher as long as they have an excuse to police that said community at a higher rate. It's a compounding issue.
Oh, people don't believe it. I told my dad that. Oh, I just don't believe that. Look, he said, but you know, the white boys, they out here committing rape. I showed him the stat. I showed him the stat. I said, who commits more rape, black or white? Guess who did, Brock?
I don't know. I'm gonna have to look that up. That's not something I actually go around looking up, but I do know for a fact that white people commit the most mass shootings. They are well known for being the most serial killers. So yeah, it's not like there's certain statistics that demographic leads in. You get one?
I'm sorry. Guess who did?
It's interesting because a lot of people try to deny this statistic because the statistic is based off arrests, and they be like, "Well, it's based off arrests, and black people are the most likely to be exonerated."
Hold on. You can base it off homicides. Who got
Convictions?
booked?
Yes. You need. Everyone knows you need evidence in America. People.
What do you mean homicides? That's what I'm saying. What do you mean by homicides? This is like they're looking at one statistics, but it's way more complicated than what they're trying to make it out to be. You get what I'm saying?
People don't get locked away in America. We're the softest country on crime. You're not gonna get put in jail for a crime that you did not commit often. Does it happen? Sometimes, yes. But most times, everyone in jail says they innocent, they ain't do it.
Hey, guess what? My daddy, he said, "Oh, the white boy, they committing rape. They committing rape more than the white man. I mean, the black white boys committing rape more than the black man." Looked it up. Black man commit rape 6 times more. Oh, I don't believe them stats. I don't believe it. Then he pull up a stat. He said, "Look at this stat. So you believe yo? They not right.
Come on.
I'm gonna keep it on real,
What
bro.
stat did he
I'm gonna
pull
keep it
up?
100, bro. I don't even know what stat he pulled. Oh,
This dude over here judging black people based off what his daddy saying, his interactions with his daddy. Boy,
the black women got the most degrees. I said, you know what? You don't have to show me that stat because I know black women.
But
And
that
so you telling me black women are smarter than?
But what does that prove, though?
It doesn't prove anything. Asian women have more degrees.
But still, what does that
I
prove?
point out something. So
what? No, they
yes,
don't.
black women do have a lot of degrees, but they're still out earned by the same black men who don't have as many degrees. Why? Because what are they getting degrees in? I remember we looked at a DEI stat. I'll never forget this stat. When we saw that 300,000 black women lost their job, I was like, okay, why are not white women losing their jobs under DEI? And it said that black women get degrees in stuff like social work and get DEI reliant jobs, and white women under DEI get
Wait, how is social work a DEI reliant job? They're tending to kids. How is social work a DEI reliant job?
degrees like economics and business and accounting and get more secure, stable jobs, which makes them get paid more and things like that. And I said, it's very interesting.
Also, the #1 predictor of success, not only, but is who you marry. And so if black women are marrying black men, and black men, 6% of the population, are committing 56% of all homicides, well, then it's going to be hard for the black women to be successful.
They're not making any sense. And he over here nodding his head like, yep. If black women are marrying the criminals, then of course they like, no, criminals don't get married.
When they're married to,
I mean,
I'm sorry.
Sometimes career criminals do get married, but 9 times out of 10, that's not how that works. You get what I'm saying?
I would like to point out something.
A high chance of
I don't think that those men that are committing the crimes are the ones that are getting married, because we know that
maybe not.
the
But
single
there are some
motherhood
that
rate
are.
is super high. I think those crime committers are committing to are adding to the single motherhood rate, and the women that's getting married are not in that category. I'm gonna get some grace here. I think those two are two separate categories of people.
I was
Me
done with
personally.
this shit when I see the
personally.
Hispanics make $20,000 more than what black people make a year. Black people average 50,000. Hispanics make average 70,000, guys, and they making more babies. Come on, bro.
It's
Let's
just
make it make
culture. It's
sense, bro.
culture.
Let's make it make sense, guys. Or if you die, they gonna praise it.
One of the main talking points that he liked to use was that black people commit the most crimes, although we are 13 or 16% of the population.
And still do
Which
it.
is a lie, by the way. But you want to know the irony of it all? Now that he's been shot and possibly unalived, the fact that it was another Caucasian man that did it and possibly unalived him is so ironic. Because Mr. Charlie Kirk wholeheartedly believed that black people were the most violent or the most criminal people. And for him to be shot and killed by another white man just goes to show how none of his talking.
Yeah, man. Maybe slavery wasn't too long.
I wanna point out something. This is something I always notice from black people like her. They always point out the fact that white conservatives point out the criminality among black people, and they always deny it like it's not a thing. We know that black neighborhoods, the hood, is dangerous. Who is making the hood dangerous? Why are people getting robbed and killed and arrested in the hood? Why is there so much crime there? Who is committing that crime? It's not white people. It's not Hispanics. Majority of the time, almost 99.9% of the time, it's other black people. So it's interesting to me that they never want to point out the fact that there's this element of criminality amongst black people, and especially amongst our youth men. But if someone else of another race points it out, you're racist, you're a white supremacist, and you hate black people. And to me, that's
No, that's nobody is saying that. It's when we have our exceptional individuals amongst the black community that actually make it to the top, that actually make it to the top echelon of discussion, and it doesn't necessarily agree with Charlie's agenda, then he will say things like, oh, you don't really belong here, you're not deserving of your position, and you took that position from a white person. That act within itself is causing people to call him racist. And it's not just that act alone, it's a whole body of work that he's created and put out there. You get what I'm saying? It's not just that, but that is a very good example. So yeah.
Almost like intellectually dishonest, because I know that all black people know that there is an element of criminality among black people. So
yes, there is an element of criminality in some of the most low income communities in this country, just like any other country. It just so happens that the low income communities in this country tend to be black. That's no secret. So how do we fix it? By arresting more black people or by putting resources into said community? That's the real question. Your side thinks putting more people in jail is the solution. The opposite side of you are open to other routes than incarcerating individuals, from which we've seen what that does to the black community. We don't see any more fathers. We don't see any more leaders in our community. They are stripped out of that community, and it's just pretty much women and fatherless children. Let's be honest here. Let's talk about solutions.
Why is it a problem when people of other races pointed out, but if you said, well, white people do this and that and they're racist, you're not racist?
They bring up police brutality,
it's fucking
bro.
ridiculous.
I was arguing about somebody with that the other day.
Ridiculous.
They said, so why you don't bring up the police brutality?
No, it's not when white people bring it up, it's automatically racist. It's context. Like, y'all are constantly talking about context right now. The context of the issue is that when you bring up the violence issue, and that's surrounded by a body of work that constantly talk about the negative aspects of black people and what you think black people deserve or don't deserve compared to white people, then that becomes, oh, you may be a little racist, or your statements are definitely racist. You get what I'm saying?
Brutality. Brother here's just died. It's only 200 of them that died in a year. 8,000 black people died in their own community, but it's less of them, right? I mean, I don't know, bro. Like, it's just like, man, if we gonna have a debate, let's just have a debate about it. Like, it's just crazy to me, man.
Yes,
but I mean, hey,
please,
man, people are happy about it, and it's just
the Cartier family. If you're seeing this, I am willing to debate anytime, anywhere, online, any platform. Let's get it. Because all three of y'all dudes, I'll take even the other dude that was looking slow in the back. Let's get it done. Let's make it happen. I want to have a battle of ideas with you guys. So I am open to the opportunity. I know it's a long shot, but hopefully somebody watching this can make it happen.
Sorry to me. Look, they
To
asked
be
somebody
happy about murder.
They asked somebody on UT campus, are they happy? They said, well, how do y'all feel about Charlie Kirk getting shot? Some people say they're
this is
happy.
in Austin. Have you people ever been to Austin? It's pretty gay out there.
Yeah, look
pretty
at that.
liberal.
Yeah. Look at these people.
More of them voted for Kamala than in LA, a high percent. That's shocking.
It's not shocking at all if you've ever been to.
Yeah, they're just doing the little sly stuff, going through little TikTok reels of random people celebrating this man's death, which I think is disgusting on both sides. I think, you know, how all that went down was disgusting. It shouldn't happen. And I think them just highlighting just randoms on TikTok celebrating this stuff is also disgusting, because nobody needs to see that. And let's not pretend like this is majority of people on the left doing this mess, because it's not. Majority of the leadership and media personalities and people with large enough followings are not out here openly celebrating Charlie Kirk's death. Like, seriously, they're not. But yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and wrap up this video. Please subscribe to my YouTube, follow, share, support my channel, support my content, and yeah, I'll see y'all next time, and y'all have a good one.